Hello, friends. It's Phil, and hopefully you are all rested after a 4-day Easter break. And to some extent, some of you may have missed my wandering, wittering podcast. But look, it's now Tuesday, and things are moving on. Now, if I haven't told you before, and if you're new to the podcast, one of the things about this podcast, or the most significant thing about this podcast, is it's kind of a diary. It's kind of a diary of the year ahead, or the year that is, or the thoughts and the things that pop up along the way that I want to record and share with you. So, my dear friends, today, on the 11th of April, let's say things were treated slightly differently than the previous week. Now, what's changed, you're asking? Okay, so the thing is, the season's moving on a bit. The hour has changed in the UK. We're now in British summertime, which means that the sun rises, or the mornings are brighter from about 5-ish now, I'd say. And the thing is, maybe it's because I live outside, that I work outside, that I spend an awful lot of my time outside. I'm quite sensitive to the seasonalities coming and going. To some extent, I can sit and sleep in a pitch black room, but still wake up at 5, knowing, or waking up at 4:30, or whatever time the sun comes up, I tend to wake. And today I woke up about 5:40-ish, I'd say. So by about 6-ish, I was ready to go. I was ready to get up. There's no point in lying in bed when you're awake, right? So I thought to myself, I'll get up and go to the gym. Ahead of actually going to the outdoor gym, I'd go to the other gym and just do some specific cardio and strength training. But look, that's not the point of this podcast today. The point of this podcast is, it's the 11th of April, and this morning when I woke up, well, I was out about 6-ish in the morning. It was 6.5 degrees. It had just been raining, I reckon, and it was cold. It was proper cold. But the thing we all know about these cold days in April is, in the next 4 weeks, and I'll put my money on it, in the next 4 weeks or so, there will be a heat wave. There will be days when we go, oh my God, it's just gone baking. That's in the UK. In May, quite often it goes well over 20 degrees. It almost ramps up really, really quickly. But today, the day started off cool. It's warmed up a little bit. It's now about 10, 11 degrees and the sun's out. Perfect. Absolutely perfect for renovating lawns, which is the job we're working on. Me and Angus, my son, is helping me during half term to earn a little bit of pocket money to buy birthday presents for me and Amanda, my wife. Because if I haven't told you before, my birthday's on the 14th of April, coming up this week. Maybe some of you will hear this and send me a message, a voicemail, and say, happy birthday, Phil. Others may send me a gift. Maybe. In what form, I don't know. But look, if you're ever curious about how to get a message to me, you can either send it through probably the platform that you're listening to. You can also go to the All Gardening website, allgardening.co.uk. You can also find my phone number on the All Gardening website, and you can WhatsApp me or text me or whatever. But look, that's not the purpose of this podcast, telling you about my birthday. But I thought I'd just share that. The most important thing I'm sharing here is that this podcast is a little bit of a journal of the year that we are going to have. And I guess the point of today's podcast is to kind of signal that the mornings are the sun's coming up earlier and earlier. Yes. The temperatures in the morning are quite cold, but are rising. Yes. The temperature in a few weeks' time will peak. Yes. And the whole thing is pulling all those three elements together, given a little bit more time, the ground temperatures will come up and everything will start to grow. It's merely a matter of days. It's merely a matter of weeks before the spring bounce, as I call it, erupts. And the spring bounce, for instance, is just when you kind of had things under control, and then it's almost as if everything explodes out of the ground and bounces up to a level that is significantly more than the level you remember the previous day. In the case of grass, the spring bounce comes when you were cutting the lawn maybe once a week, once every other week, and it was okay. And then you look out on the lawn and you go, it's just grown about 50 mil, 70 mil, 5 to 7 centimeters overnight. Spring bounce. I don't know if anyone else calls it that, but it's just something I've always referenced, that pivot that comes slowly, but then happens like, how did that happen? Anyway, I hope you had a good Easter and a good break. And I hope you're ready for the season ahead because it's nearly coming. Don't forget to go and get some sun cream because I put money on it. Within 4 to 6 weeks, there will be a peak in temperatures. Not the hottest day of the year, but it can be, statistically, there can be the hottest day of the year in May. It's happened very recently. It's been bloody hot in May. But look, the most important thing is get your mowers ready, get your tools ready, get your hose pipe ready, get everything ready because the spring bounce is about to bounce. It's about to explode, and there will be no stopping for another 9 months after that. So, my friends, don't forget, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Yes, on Friday, on the 14th of April, even January. It's my birthday. And I will be celebrating my birthday, cutting lawns probably. Or actually visiting a lawn that I expect to have exploded out of the ground. Anyway, look, thanks for listening. And welcome back, my friends. The ramblings, the straying from the subject, the gibbering chattery of Phil is back with you. Anyway, take care. Catch you soon. Ta-da. Bye. I missed you. See ya. Bye. Adios. Bye.